Have you ever wondered how your morning can shape the rest of your day? What if, instead of rushing into the chaos, you could start each day with intention and clarity? Stoic philosophy offers a powerful way to take control of your mornings and set the tone for the day ahead. It's not about following a rigid routine, it's about embracing the freedom to define your day before the world does. The Stoics believed that how you begin your morning directly influences how you live your life. By starting with focus, gratitude, and purpose, you can align your actions with what truly matters. In this video, we'll explore Stoic practices that can help you master your day from the very first moment you wake up. Let's dive in and discover how a Stoic morning can transform the way you approach life. Stay tuned, and let's dive into the morning practices that will transform the way you live every single day. 1. How each morning can shape your day. Every morning presents a unique opportunity, a chance to declare how you will live your day. But the key to making it truly powerful lies in how you approach it. Too often, we rush through our mornings, letting external distractions and endless to-do lists define us. But what if you could take charge of your day before it even begins? Stoicism teaches us that we have control over one thing, our minds. Before the world pulls us into its chaos, we can set a clear direction for the day. This isn't just about going through the motions of getting up and getting ready, it's about making each morning a declaration of your own purpose and intent. Start by simply taking a moment to breathe, feel the strength of your heart, and express gratitude for waking up. The Stoics understood that the simple act of being alive is a gift. And with that gift, you have the power to choose how your day unfolds. Remember, this isn't about meeting the expectations of others. It's about fulfilling your own inner sense of purpose. When you set the tone for your morning, you can take the reins of your day and avoid being swept along by the demands of the world. Your morning is your own to shape. The first key to mastering your morning, according to Stoic philosophy, is setting clear intentions. This isn't simply about creating a checklist for your day, it's about deciding how you want to live it. Setting intentions is about determining the kind of person you want to be, the values you want to embody, and the mindset you want to maintain. Too often, we start our days by letting external factors control our thoughts and actions. We check our phones, scan our emails, and immediately get lost in the noise of the world. But the Stoics believed that you have the power to control your mind, not outside events. And this begins the moment you wake up. Start each morning by asking yourself, what do I want to achieve today, and why is it important? Instead of setting vague goals like I want a good day, focus on concrete actions like, today, I will be present with my family, or I will show gratitude in my conversations. These small but meaningful intentions will set a purposeful tone for the rest of your day. Remember, setting intentions isn't about achieving perfection, it's about having a clear direction that aligns with your values. Even the smallest goals can make a significant difference in how you feel about yourself and your day. Before diving into your goals, take a moment to feel grateful for simply being alive. This isn't a luxury we always take the time to appreciate. In the rush of modern life, we often overlook the fact that waking up every day is a gift. The Stoics were deeply aware of the impermanence of life, and they practiced gratitude for the things we often take for granted, like our breath, our health, and the opportunity to start anew. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius often wrote about how important it was to begin the day with a sense of appreciation for life itself. Start your morning with a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, the beat of your heart, and the energy coursing through your body. Reflect on the fact that you woke up today, and that is something not everyone gets to experience. Gratitude like this can shift your mindset from one of scarcity to abundance, from one of complaint to appreciation. This practice of gratitude isn't just a fleeting thought, it's a grounding exercise that reminds you of what you already have. With this mindset, you're less likely to be consumed by what you lack or what others have. Instead, you can approach the day with a deep sense of peace and contentment. 2. The Stoics' first step, embracing gratitude upon waking. Imagine waking up in the morning and instantly feeling grateful. What would that feel like? Gratitude is a powerful force that sets the tone for your entire day. But it's not just about feeling thankful for the good things in your life, it's about a deep awareness of the gift of life itself. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to overlook the simple fact that you are alive, that your heart is beating, and that you have another opportunity to live fully today. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, understood the profound impact of gratitude. For them, gratitude wasn't just a nice sentiment, it was a daily practice that grounded them in the present moment. The Stoic morning ritual always begins with a quiet reflection, acknowledging that the very act of waking up is a gift. No matter what the day holds, the fact that you have the chance to live it is something to be deeply thankful for. But how often do we take this gift for granted? How many of us rush through our mornings, barely acknowledging the blessing of being alive before diving into the chaos of daily life? Stoicism teaches us to start our mornings by embracing the reality of the present moment. It's about slowing down, breathing deeply, and recognizing the strength and vitality within you. By doing this, you reset your mind and align your energy with gratitude rather than anxiety. In a Stoic morning, gratitude is the foundation of everything that follows. It's the first step to clearing your mind of distractions, giving yourself the mental space to set your intentions for the day. Think of it as taking a moment of stillness to appreciate what's right in front of you, the simple, often overlooked aspects of your life. Gratitude is powerful because it shifts your focus away from what you don't have or what you fear to what you do have. By recognizing the gift of life, you naturally become more present, more grounded, and better equipped to handle whatever challenges arise. It helps you approach the day with a positive mindset, not because everything will go perfectly, but because you are grounded in the understanding that life itself is precious. When you practice gratitude, you are also training your mind to shift focus. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos of life, the endless to-do lists, the demands of work, the obligations that seem to never stop. But Stoicism teaches us that what we focus on determines how we experience the world. By beginning your day with gratitude, you're choosing to focus on the positive, the possible, and the present. Imagine how much more fulfilling your morning would be if you took just a few minutes to reflect on the simple blessings around you. Instead of waking up and feeling stressed or rushed, you begin with a deep sense of appreciation for your life, for your health, for the fact that you have the ability to make a difference in your own life today. This gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a choice, and that choice influences everything else. The Stoics weren't immune to hardship, but they believed that how we respond to adversity is what matters most. By grounding yourself in gratitude first thing in the morning, you prepare yourself to meet challenges with calmness, clarity, and resilience. Gratitude gives you the strength to face the day not by denying difficulties but by recognizing that you have the inner resources to overcome them. When you wake up, take a few seconds to pause, breathe, and acknowledge the gift of a new day. This simple practice of gratitude will not only change your morning but will gradually shift the way you experience each day. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the world's demands, you will be able to approach your day with an unshakable sense of calm and control. Gratitude isn't just a nice way to start your day, it's a powerful Stoic tool for mastering the mind and creating a life of meaning and purpose. 3. Setting your intentions, a daily ritual of purpose. The moment you open your eyes in the morning, you are presented with a fresh opportunity, a blank canvas to shape the day ahead. The Stoics believed that our actions and thoughts were our own to control, regardless of external circumstances. This concept is incredibly powerful because it means that you are in charge of how your day unfolds. The first thing you do when you wake up will often set the tone for the rest of your day. And that's where setting intentions comes into play. Setting an intention isn't just about writing down tasks on a to-do list, it's about defining a clear purpose for your day. What do you want to accomplish, and why does it matter to you? The key to Stoic living is not merely to react to the events of the day, but to act intentionally. By setting a meaningful intention, you are taking proactive control of your life and steering it in the direction you want. Think about it this way: imagine trying to sail a ship without a rudder or a map. It would drift aimlessly, pulled by the wind and waves, without any clear direction. Your life is the same if you don't have a guiding intention. Without an intention, you are simply at the mercy of whatever distractions, challenges, or opportunities arise. But with a clear intention, you become the captain of your own ship, directing it toward the destination you have in mind. Your intention should be focused and simple, yet powerful enough to motivate you throughout the day. For example, instead of saying "I will have a good day today," you can say, "Today, I will practice patience and kindness in all of my interactions." This simple shift in focus not only gives you something concrete to work toward, but it also helps align your actions with your values. The Stoics believed that acting in accordance with your values is one of the greatest sources of happiness and fulfillment. The power of intentions lies in their ability to give you clarity and direction. When you wake up and immediately set a clear goal or purpose, you prime your mind to focus on that goal throughout the day. Intentions serve as a roadmap, guiding you through the ups and downs that inevitably come your way. They act as an anchor, keeping you grounded and focused, even in the midst of chaos. For instance, if you set the intention to be fully present with your family today, you might find yourself putting away your phone when you're spending time with them, listening more attentively, and being mindful of your reactions. This small change, rooted in a Stoic intention, can significantly enhance the quality of your relationships and your overall sense of well-being. It's important to note that setting intentions doesn't have to be about achieving massive goals or making huge changes. It can be as simple as choosing to be present in the moment, maintain a positive attitude, or stay calm under pressure. The Stoics were keenly aware that we cannot control the external events of our lives, but we can always control how we respond to those events. Setting an intention allows you to decide how you will respond, empowering you to be the person you want to be, no matter the circumstances. Once you've set your intention for the day, take a few moments to visualize how you will carry it out. Imagine how you'll act when challenges arise, when distractions pull at you, or when things don't go as planned. By mentally rehearsing your responses, you're reinforcing your commitment to your intention and preparing yourself to follow through. This small practice of visualization can be incredibly powerful because it helps you build mental resilience and stay focused on your goals. Remember, Stoicism isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Each day, by setting clear intentions and living by them, you take a step forward on your journey. Your intention may evolve as you grow, but the key is consistency, showing up every day with a sense of purpose and an openness to become the best version of yourself. By starting each day with a clear intention, you are not only shaping your day but also your character. Each small action, aligned with your intention, reinforces your sense of self-control, inner peace, and confidence. Over time, these small intentional acts accumulate, creating a life lived with greater purpose and fulfillment. For discipline, the Stoic key to achieving your goals. Once you've set your intentions, the next crucial step is to follow through with discipline. Stoicism teaches us that it's not enough to simply have good intentions or lofty goals. Discipline is what turns those intentions into tangible results. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the muscle that strengthens your ability to stay committed to your purpose, even when external distractions threaten to derail you. Many people associate discipline with restriction or self-punishment, but the Stoics saw it differently. For them, discipline was not a burden, it was a gift that provided freedom. By exercising discipline, you gain control over your own actions, emotions, and decisions. It allows you to take deliberate action in the direction of your goals, no matter how difficult the journey might be. The Stoics believed that true freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want. In fact, freedom comes from mastering yourself. This is where discipline plays such a critical role. Without discipline, you are at the mercy of fleeting impulses, external pressures, and the whims of the world. But when you cultivate discipline, you regain control over your mind and actions, making it possible to act in accordance with your highest values, not your immediate desires. Think about it. You may have all the intentions in the world to be productive, healthy, or kind, but without the discipline to follow through on those intentions, they will remain just that, intentions. Discipline is what makes sure you stick to your commitments, even when the initial excitement fades, or when temptation and distraction appear. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, even when you don't feel like it. One powerful way to cultivate discipline is by making small commitments and keeping them. This can be something as simple as making your bed every morning, planning your day the night before, or taking a few minutes to reflect. These small acts, when done consistently, build momentum and help reinforce the habit of discipline. Over time, these tiny actions accumulate and have a compounding effect on your life. What may have seemed like a small decision to get up and make your bed will translate into bigger victories both in your personal growth and your achievements. Discipline is often thought of as a challenge, especially when it comes to habits or goals that require long-term commitment. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, when the couch looks more inviting than the gym, or when procrastination seems to be winning. But here's the truth. Discipline is not about motivation, it's about commitment. You don't need to feel inspired to do something in order to do it. In fact, discipline is the practice of doing the right thing even when you don't feel like it. An excellent example of the power of discipline comes from the world of fitness. Let's say you want to start exercising in the mornings, but it's hard to get up. Your mind may tell you to stay in bed, to skip today, and to start again tomorrow. But discipline is what gets you out of bed and into your workout, even when you're tired. In doing so, you not only move closer to your health goals, but you also reinforce your self-respect and self-confidence. The Stoics also understood that discipline isn't just about achieving physical or material goals, it's about building mental strength. Every time you show up, even when it's difficult, you strengthen your willpower and train your mind to be resilient in the face of adversity. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes. What once felt like a burden or a monumental effort starts to feel natural, like second nature. And the rewards of discipline are far-reaching. It doesn't just help you achieve short-term goals, it shapes your character over time. As you consistently take disciplined action, you begin to see yourself as someone who can be relied upon, someone who keeps their promises, and someone who is capable of achieving whatever they set their mind to. There's a reason why Stoic philosophers like Epictetus emphasized that true freedom is mastery over yourself. Discipline is the path to this freedom. It frees you from the need for external motivation, from the grip of procrastination, and from the influence of others' expectations. It allows you to live according to your own standards and stay true to your values, no matter what comes your way. Think about how discipline has played a role in your life. Even the greatest achievements or most fulfilling moments are often built on small, disciplined actions repeated daily. Whether you're learning an instrument, building a career, or cultivating relationships, it's your discipline that transforms your dreams into reality. In the end, the Stoic practice of discipline isn't just about achieving goals, it's about becoming the person you aspire to be. Discipline shapes your character, gives you control over your decisions, and helps you maintain your focus on what truly matters. Every time you commit to a small action and follow through with discipline, you are stepping closer to the best version of yourself. 5. The importance of focus, a Stoic approach to mental clarity. In our fast-paced, distraction-filled world, focus can feel like a rare and fleeting quality. We are bombarded by constant notifications, interruptions, and a never-ending stream of information. Yet, one of the most powerful practices that Stoicism offers is the art of maintaining mental clarity and focus. For the Stoics, focus wasn't just about concentration in a moment of work, it was a way of life, a discipline that permeates everything they did. The Stoic philosophers, particularly Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, understood that focus is not something we naturally possess, it is something that requires constant practice and effort. Our minds, like our bodies, need to be trained and exercised in order to become strong. Without focus, we become vulnerable to the chaos and distractions of life, losing sight of what truly matters and what we can control. For the Stoics, mental clarity was key to achieving true peace and understanding. They believed that when we are clear in our thinking, we are able to make better decisions, align ourselves with our values, and live in accordance with nature. But clarity does not come naturally in today's world. In fact, most people live in a constant state of mental clutter, unable to focus on what's most important. The Stoics knew that this mental disarray could easily lead to stress, frustration, and a feeling of being out of control. In contrast, mental clarity is a powerful tool. When you start your day with a clear mind, free of distractions and negative thoughts, you set yourself up for success. You can approach your tasks with intention, knowing that each action is aligned with your goals. This focus gives you a sense of purpose, and it makes it easier to resist the temptations and distractions that inevitably arise. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the external world, but we have complete control over our internal world, our thoughts, our reactions, and our attention. When you focus on what is within your control and let go of what is outside of it, you cultivate mental clarity. This doesn't mean you ignore the challenges of life, but it means you approach them with a calm and centered mind, focused on the present moment rather than the chaos around you. One simple but profound practice is to start each day with a moment of quiet reflection. Before the world pulls you in, take a few minutes to calm your mind and center yourself. You don't need to meditate for an hour, even just a few minutes of focused breathing or mindfulness can create the clarity you need to approach the day with purpose. When you do this, you start your day on your own terms, not allowing external distractions or the expectations of others to define you. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of being present. Mental clarity comes from focusing on the present moment, rather than worrying about the past or future. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to focus on what is right in front of him, rather than being pulled into worries about things that hadn't happened yet. By keeping your focus on the present, you can avoid getting lost in mental clutter and unnecessary stress. When we focus on the present, we are able to deal with challenges more effectively. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by the size of a task or the complexity of a situation, we can break it down into manageable steps. By staying present and focused, we also become more effective at problem solving and decision making. This level of focus is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Stoic focus is about having a strong internal discipline that allows you to cut through the noise and stay aligned with your values. This isn't something that happens overnight. It requires daily practice and constant commitment. Just like physical exercise, focus needs to be trained, and over time, it will become second nature. For example, let's say you're working on a project and you're constantly interrupted by emails or social media. If you don't actively maintain your focus, you will lose track of what really matters and get caught up in distractions. The Stoics would remind you to stay disciplined and focused, returning to the task at hand and not allowing the distractions to pull you away from your purpose. By doing so, you will not only achieve better results, but you will also cultivate a stronger sense of control over your own life. In the end, focus is one of the most powerful tools for living a Stoic life. By practicing mental clarity, you free yourself from unnecessary distractions and the chaos of modern life. You give yourself the space to make decisions based on what is truly important, rather than reacting to whatever comes your way. Focus gives you mental strength, the ability to take deliberate action toward your goals, to stay calm in the face of challenges, and to live a life that aligns with your highest values. 6. Overcoming distractions, how Stoicism helps you stay on track. In a world full of distractions, staying on course can often feel like an impossible task. We're constantly bombarded by notifications, social media, and endless streams of information, all competing for our attention. Yet, one of the most valuable lessons Stoicism offers is how to overcome distractions and remain focused on what truly matters. The Stoics believed that one of the greatest obstacles to living a fulfilled life was allowing external events to control our emotions and actions. They understood that distractions are not just external but also internal. Our minds can easily wander, becoming preoccupied with worries, doubts, or the temptation of instant gratification. The key, according to Stoicism, is learning to recognize these distractions and choose how we respond to them. The first step in overcoming distractions is acknowledging that they are a natural part of life. It's unrealistic to expect a world free of distractions, but it's entirely within your power to decide how to respond to them. When distractions arise, whether in the form of notifications, intrusive thoughts, or external pressures, the Stoics would advise that you take a step back and observe the distraction without judgment. By doing this, you create a mental distance between yourself and the distraction, which allows you to make a conscious decision about whether or not you will engage with it. One of the core Stoic principles is the idea of self-control. We cannot control the world around us, but we can control how we react to it. When faced with distractions, the Stoic response is not to fight them or feel frustrated, but to acknowledge them and redirect your focus. For example, if you're in the middle of a task and you receive a notification, instead of immediately checking your phone, you can pause for a moment and decide whether that notification aligns with your intentions for the day. If it doesn't, simply choose to ignore it and return to your work. Another Stoic technique for overcoming distractions is to practice mindfulness. This involves being fully present in the task at hand, without judgment or attachment. Stoics would often remind themselves that the present moment is all we truly have. By focusing on the present, you prevent your mind from wandering to thoughts about the past or future, which are often the sources of distractions. When you're mindful, you engage fully with your current task, whether it's working, listening to someone, or even just breathing. In addition to mindfulness, discipline plays a crucial role in overcoming distractions. Discipline is not just about following through with tasks, it's about maintaining control over your own attention. One simple practice is to set aside specific times for tasks and adhere to them strictly. For instance, if you set aside an hour to work on a project, make a conscious effort to avoid distractions during that hour. This commitment to staying on task, even when distractions arise, helps train your mind to stay focused. The Stoics also valued simplicity in their lives, understanding that the more complex or cluttered our environment, the more distractions we will encounter. By simplifying your daily routine and eliminating unnecessary commitments, you reduce the number of distractions vying for your attention. This can mean organizing your workspace, setting clear goals, or creating boundaries around your time. Ultimately, overcoming distractions is about creating a mental environment where you can focus on what truly matters. Stoicism teaches that our greatest power lies in our ability to control our minds. Distractions will always exist, but how we choose to handle them defines the quality of our lives. By practicing self-control, mindfulness, discipline, and simplicity, you can stay on track and continue to pursue your goals with greater clarity and purpose. Remember, distractions are not the enemy, they are simply challenges that test your focus. By learning to navigate them with a Stoic mindset, you build resilience, mental strength, and a deeper connection to your own values. Each time you overcome a distraction, you reinforce your commitment to your intentions and strengthen your ability to stay true to yourself. 7. Building resilience, how Stoics use challenges to grow. In life, challenges are inevitable. Whether it's personal setbacks, professional hurdles, or unexpected obstacles, we all face difficult moments. But what if you could view challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth? Stoicism teaches us that resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about using them to build inner strength and develop character. The Stoics believed that our greatest trials often hold the key to our personal transformation. Instead of shrinking away from adversity, they taught us to embrace it, knowing that challenges have the potential to shape us into stronger, wiser individuals. Resilience is the Stoics' response to difficulty. It's the ability to remain calm, composed, and focused, no matter what life throws your way. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, often reflected on the role of challenges in his life. He believed that hardship was not something to fear or avoid, but something to accept and learn from. In his Meditations, he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the very obstacles we encounter are the ones that push us to evolve, to move forward, and to rise above our limitations. But how do we cultivate this resilience? The first step is to shift your mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as unfair or burdensome, the Stoics taught that we should view them as part of the natural order of life. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity to exercise virtues like patience, courage, and perseverance. In this way, challenges become the very tools that forge your resilience. One way to approach adversity is through reframing. This means changing your perspective on the situation. When faced with a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can I grow from this experience? For example, if you encounter failure in a project at work, instead of seeing it as a defeat, see it as a valuable lesson on what doesn't work. By reframing the challenge in this way, you begin to see growth opportunities where others might see only failure. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of embracing discomfort. Resilience is not built by avoiding difficult situations, but by willingly stepping into them. They encouraged individuals to practice voluntary discomfort, whether by taking cold showers, fasting, or facing physical challenges to train the mind and body to endure hardship. By exposing yourself to discomfort, you teach yourself that you are capable of enduring much more than you initially believed. Another important aspect of building resilience is accepting what you cannot control. There will always be elements of life that are beyond your influence, whether it's the weather, other people's actions, or unforeseen events. The Stoics taught that true resilience comes from the ability to focus on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Instead of wasting energy on things beyond your control, direct your attention to how you can respond with grace, clarity, and purpose. An example of resilience can be seen in the life of Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher. Born a slave, Epictetus faced tremendous adversity throughout his life, yet he became one of the most influential thinkers of his time. He taught that no matter our circumstances, we have the power to control our responses. His personal example shows that resilience is not defined by what happens to us, but by how we choose to respond to what happens. In modern life, we can apply these Stoic principles by acknowledging that setbacks are a natural part of our journey. When we face obstacles, we have two choices: to be defeated by them, or to rise above them and let them shape us. Resilience is the key to turning adversity into strength. It's the ability to take each challenge and transform it into an opportunity for growth. The more we practice resilience, the more we build our mental toughness and inner peace. Incorporating resilience into your daily life doesn't require dramatic acts of courage. It's the small, consistent actions that build resilience over time. Whether it's continuing to work toward your goals despite difficulties, or maintaining your composure in the face of stress, resilience is a daily practice. It's about making the conscious choice to grow stronger with each experience. The Stoics remind us that challenges are not obstacles to happiness, they are the pathway to it. Through resilience, we learn to accept life as it is and respond to it with strength, grace, and wisdom. When you face your challenges with the mindset of a Stoic, you turn adversity into the fuel that propels you forward, helping you evolve into the best version of yourself. 8. Transforming ordinary actions into extraordinary habits. In Stoic philosophy, the focus is often placed on the power of small, consistent actions that lead to profound changes over time. The Stoics believed that greatness is not achieved in a single moment, but through the accumulation of ordinary actions performed consistently. This principle can be applied to every aspect of our lives, from work to relationships to personal growth. The key to transforming ordinary actions into extraordinary habits lies in the power of consistency, discipline, and the mindset we bring to our daily practices. The Stoics taught that every action we take is an opportunity to either align with our values or fall out of alignment. They believed that we should approach every task, no matter how small, with the same level of care and attention as we would if it were the most important thing we would ever do. This mindset, known as virtuous living, means committing to excellence in the ordinary, knowing that even the smallest actions contribute to who we are becoming. Take something as simple as making your bed in the morning. It may seem like a trivial task, but when approached with a Stoic mindset, it becomes an opportunity to practice discipline, mindfulness, and commitment to excellence. By consistently completing this small task, you begin to build a foundation of habits that reinforce your ability to follow through, your sense of order, and your commitment to making the most of each day. The Stoics emphasized that small, deliberate actions performed every day are the building blocks of a meaningful life. They understood that extraordinary lives are not the result of occasional grand achievements, but of consistent and purposeful actions that compound over time. Each action, no matter how mundane, is an opportunity to practice virtue and live with intention. For example, if you want to cultivate a habit of physical fitness, you don't have to begin with long workouts or extreme fitness goals. Instead, start with small, manageable actions, a brisk walk in the morning, 10 minutes of stretching, or simply taking the stairs instead of the elevator. These small actions, performed consistently, are the building blocks of a strong habit. Over time, as you continue to show up for yourself every day, these small actions will accumulate and lead to extraordinary results. The same principle applies to building any other habit, whether it's reading more, developing a meditation practice, or improving your productivity. One of the Stoic virtues is self-mastery. This involves consistently making decisions that align with your values, even when it's difficult. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastering our desires and acting with intention. For example, imagine you are trying to create a habit of healthy eating. It's easy to get swept away by cravings or emotional eating, but the Stoics would encourage you to practice self-control and discipline. Every time you choose a healthy option, you reinforce the habit of making mindful, intentional choices. Over time, these choices will lead to better health and a stronger will. Transforming ordinary actions into extraordinary habits requires the recognition that small actions matter. Every decision you make, whether it's to read for 10 minutes, take a walk, or avoid procrastination, is an opportunity to cultivate virtue. The Stoics taught that ordinary actions performed with great care lead to extraordinary results. By focusing on consistency and purpose, you can transform your daily routine into a series of actions that contribute to your personal growth and fulfillment. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us that perfection is not the goal. It's the process and the practice that matter most. Even if you don't always succeed in making the best choice, the fact that you keep showing up is what counts. The Stoics didn't expect themselves to be perfect, they simply aimed to improve each day, focusing on progress over perfection. To apply this principle, start by identifying a small action that you want to turn into a habit. It could be as simple as writing in a journal every morning, practicing gratitude, or drinking more water. Begin with small steps that you can commit to consistently, and over time, the habit will grow. The key is not to focus on the end result, but to commit to the process, knowing that with time and consistency, you will see extraordinary changes. By making ordinary actions into habits of excellence, you create a life filled with intention, purpose, and growth. The Stoics believed that virtue is the highest good, and by performing small actions consistently, you align yourself with that virtue. These ordinary actions are the daily building blocks of a meaningful, fulfilling life. They transform you from the inside out, shaping you into the person you aspire to be. As we come to the end of this video, I want you to reflect on the key lessons we've discussed today. Stoicism teaches us that we are the masters of our own minds. Every morning is an opportunity to take control of our thoughts, intentions, and actions, setting the tone for a purposeful day. Through gratitude, discipline, focus, and resilience, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and clarity, staying aligned with our highest values. Living a Stoic life is not about avoiding hardship or seeking perfection. It's about embracing the journey, making small, deliberate choices every day, and constantly striving to grow. The Stoics understood that true peace and fulfillment come from living in alignment with nature, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and focusing on what we can control. Now, as you step into the next day, remember, you have the power to shape your life, one action at a time. The practice of Stoicism is about progress, not perfection. Each day is an opportunity to practice gratitude, set meaningful intentions, and embrace challenges with resilience. The more you apply these Stoic principles, the more you will cultivate a life of purpose, meaning, and inner peace. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please take a moment to like it, leave a comment below with your thoughts or personal reflections on Stoicism, and feel free to share it with anyone who might benefit from this timeless wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, so you never miss out on future content that will help you live a more fulfilling, Stoic-inspired life. Thank you for watching, and remember, every morning is a new opportunity to live with purpose and to master your day. Let Stoicism guide you in creating the life you've always wanted, one thoughtful action at a time. See you in the next video.